You're now listening to Sleep Time's Over.
Sleep time is over, baby.
Welcome back, jabronis, to another episode of Fitness, the other F word. I am Summer Lee, aka Brian Fantana, and I'm joined as always by the man with the plan, Aaron Sakai, aka Ron Burgundy.
Oh my goodness! Wow, unbelievable!
And let's do our. You can't tell, but this
Oh.
is a protein 2.0, and you have your
That is?
bottle. Yeah, I just poured it into.
Okay, we'll do that thing. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so I was wondering. Great reference there. Great movie. Second one sucked. Right.
Yes,
Nobody
yes.
likes the second one. The second one really they blew it. Right. So
Truly, as much as I love and have the first one near and dear to my heart, there's so many like bon mots and quotes from that one. Anchorman 2 really blew
it was
hard.
very unfortunate.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be made.
Yeah.
It was such a perfect movie.
It really was a
Of
perfect
comedy
movie.
lines. It
Yes.
was really, and for something that took place past 2000, because everybody always talks about the 80s movies
80s.
and the 90s movies.
Yes.
It's this generation's fun movie. Go figure.
It is. It's kind of like what would be the 80s or 90s equivalent of. I mean,
Of that?
well, maybe not the equivalent, but I would put it up there with like Coming to America, even in terms of how comedic genius it is.
Yeah, well, Coming to America had like it was a love story kind of a situation.
It did have a love
I don't
story.
consider Coming to America a comedy. I consider
Really?
it like a chick flick, in a way.
Oh,
not a
okay,
total
okay.
in a way. Now,
No,
wait
I
a
can
minute.
see it, I
okay,
can see
before
it.
Mrs. Drizzy goes nuts.
I don't.
Right. It's because it's got a love story, so it's not slapstick crazy comedy. Like it's not
Yeah.
like Airplane. It's
Yeah,
not like Police
it's-
Academy.
That's a big
You know?
beaver.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't put Anchorman and Coming to America in the
Okay.
same realm. Like coming to Anchorman, I would put in the same realm with maybe like an Airplane
Or Naked Gun. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Naked Gun is a
Police
good one.
Academy series. You got like even Pee Wee, like that kind of
Yeah.
comedy,
Okay.
where it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Lot of
Yeah,
ridiculous
surreal,
lines.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Coming to America was more intelligent.
It's such a
Coming to
great
America was more
movie.
intelligent. It was a more intelligent comedy.
Are you looking forward to the remake?
No, not at all.
I'm really terrified about that.
It's
That
just a
movie is so
cash grab.
perfect.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just a cash grab. Just make a different movie. Why do we have to sequelize movies from 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Even
Yeah.
that new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out. Remember that? There was
So
Paul
it's a
Rudd?
remake of a remake. I mean, or are they
No,
not
this
even?
is a sequel.
They're saying, okay, we're not even going to acknowledge the women reboot. Okay.
I don't know. Hopefully, but I don't know. So yeah, welcome to the fitness show, everyone. For all you fitness
Movie
people
talk.
that they love movies. Do fitness people watch movies? Do fitness people do what? Can we do a show on that? I don't even know what the show is today. But
Yeah.
can we do a show on like what do fitness people do that aren't fitness? Do fitness people have hobbies that are not fitness? How about that?
It's funny enough that you said that, and we should explore that because, like, I was just talking to somebody yesterday. The fact that, like, I think my hobby is fitness, as lame as
see?
that sounds.
You see?
That's that's the only
Yeah.
thing I'm doing when I'm not,
It's awful.
working or studying or whatever. And it really does sound lame. My hobby is fitness.
Well, you're constantly in school. You've
Yeah.
never not been in school, so I really don't know what else you do
Yeah.
but the fitness.
I like staring at the wall. The staring at the wall is really great. You know
What
when your
you-
brain is so fried and you're just like, I'm gonna stare right at that beige wall.
Well, what you do in your personal time is your own business, but I just want to know
TMI.
what. I mean, maybe it could be hygiene. I don't even know what a hobby could
Nah.
be. Shaving. I don't know, but I don't even know what this episode is. Once
Oh, yeah,
again.
yeah.
But,
But-
can we do a future?
Yes.
What do fitness people do
I'll
that's
put that
not
down.
fitness
That would
related?
be interesting to see.
Can you
to
go survey all
explore.
the people at Parado Power?
Yeah, explore.
What those guys do?
yeah.
Mrs. Drizzy, what do you do? What do you do besides the fitness?
Or like, talk to me. Yeah. What?
Okay, so you got 50% talk to you.
Yeah.
50% do the kettlebell in the house, in the living room. All right. What else is there? Is there
Right.
a 10% or something?
Yeah, we should find out.
So,
we should find out.
yeah.
But what we should like, if you notice, blue. So we
Oh.
keep it neutral here. We explore all. We
Yeah,
explore all options, all viewpoints.
Yeah, welcome to the left show today. Yeah.
Socialism.
Yeah, great. So, yeah, because we wore red as a coincidence, right?
Yes.
So
we
I
didn't
figured
mean to wear red.
Wear
So
blue.
this was intentional. Just again.
What's this shirt? Yep, Slovenia?
Yeah. So I have a story about this shirt. So it says Slovenia not because I'm a Melania Trump fan or anything, but this shirt. So it came from my friend Alia. So she's from Slovenia.
Oh.
I met her through JT because she was this world-class
shout out
kettlebell
to-
sport athlete.
JT Netterville.
Yes. And so she was here in Hawaii doing schooling or something.
Okay.
And so we became, Mrs. Drizzy and I became friends with her. And when she left, she was like, Summer, I'll give you my shirt. This is one of my training shirts.
Really?
Yeah.
This is her actual shirt.
Yes.
So she's worn this.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm hoping her world champion mana will soak in and,
Well, I gotta ask, did you wash it, or
No,
is
you
it still right? So that's still her.
if I took
Fluids.
it off, it would walk away by itself. But,
Wow.
there's sacrifices you have to do to become a world-class athlete. Not saying I'm a world-class athlete. I would like to be like a world-class athlete. Like,
Hashtag humbleness, modesty. But is that the only blue shirt you have? This is the only blue shirt I got.
okay,
Shout out
this
to Everyday Better.
Every Day Better.
That's
Yeah, this is funny enough, blue is like my favorite color. I only have I have like different shades of blue, but in terms of like primary color blue,
Oh, you're right.
it's like this one, and
It's
then I
good blue.
have my other like competition team shirt for the club I used to train for, but I don't
Oh,
want to
that's
just
right.
wear it for
Oh,
whenever,
right.
That was
Blue's
like-
not really. Blue's not my favorite color. I like red,
Oh yeah, you
which
do.
is
like
why
that.
I'm such a radical right. But I digress. I just don't have blue shirts.
Yeah.
I wear black. I wear red. That's that's
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
It's part of my shtick. It's part of my.
It's
know,
what makes you you.
It's part of my. What's that word? No, forget it. I was gonna quote a boomerang reference, but no, nobody's gonna get it.
Oh.
My Mac Daddy vibe. Remember that boomerang. Shout out Eddie Murphy.
And
Welcome to the fitness show, everyone.
You remember how crazy was it that Halle Berry was the less hot one in that one?
She was the girl next door now, yeah. Because she was going up against Robin.
Robin Givens.
Givens,
I mean, not
yes.
saying Robin Givens is not gorgeous, but come on.
Well, Robin Givens had the bad girl look. That's why. So it was
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
the
yeah.
bad guy versus the good guy situation. Halle Berry obviously couldn't play the. Well, you could probably doll her up and make her a
Yeah,
bad guy.
she's a
but
good enough actor.
she's
she
a-
could do
yeah.
it, yeah.
That's
But
like
but
one of her first
I
roles.
get the look. The look was not. They did it that way. Again, this is not a movie podcast.
Anybody checked out of this conversation, fitness people? You guys want to hear about squats and deadlifts and shit? No, we're talking about Halle Berry being a good guy or bad guy.
Okay. So
What are we doing this week? What's happening here?
It's the end of the year, and so I just figured we could do like this is almost like a free form thing where just wanted to explore, kind of looking back at the year, your thoughts about it. Obviously, we could go all over the place with it. So what I thought would be interesting. Oh, so we're gonna do that, but before we explore that, I did have a brief topic I wanted to talk about. It's a little breezy in Havana today. If you can tell, it's blowing my hair all over the
I
place.
got extra
but-
hairspray for this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so I didn't share any, but that's okay. So Mr. Drizzy, technical consultant of the show,
Yes.
he had suggested,
Here
well,
we go.
what are our thoughts about Christmas songs, and to kind of explore that because we briefly talked about it last
no.
episode. But do you have any like
Oh God.
broad Christmas songs that you do like, or it's not like you're just like, no, I'm not doing any
Let
of it.
me make a statement, real brief,
Okay.
to the point, right? Okay. I never got into it. You can call me Scrooge. You can call me Frank Cross. You can say all what you want about me. I just never dug it.
Okay.
I don't. As far as like what, playing it in the car, like enjoying and smiling while I'm listening to Silent Night. Should I be smiling listening to Silent Night?
I mean, nobody's gonna smile at Silent Night.
Okay, Drummer
but-
Boy. Am I driving the car around Kalihi, listening to Little Drummer Boy and feeling good about my life? I'm being like, I'm living my best life right now.
Well, the David Bowie one's not bad. I mean, he did that one with David. Was it
I
David
remember
Bowie
the
and Bing
video of that.
Crosby?
So, yeah, that's right. They probably made out after.
It was really
But-
weird. It was really weird.
Right? But I just don't see the. Is somebody really excited to listen to Christmas music when you hear it in a store, whatever that is in 2020, when you walk into a store, when you're going to a market, when you're anywhere? Are we feeling good right now?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're not feeling great, the last thing you want to listen to is "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey for the bajillionth time.
Do
But
people really like that song? I'm gonna make a poll of this.
you should.
Are they really digging
I
that
think
song?
at this point nobody likes that song because I used to like it as a kid, and I don't know. I'm like skip as soon as I hear it. I'm like, no,
because it's obviously overplayed.
it is.
And they used that for Love Actually, right? Was that when that song first
I think that's when it like
got hit big?
took off. It really took
I
off.
don't know, but I remember
Yeah.
Love Actually, and then you're supposed to watch that. You're supposed to watch that when you're dating someone, whatever. And you're supposed to pretend that you like it.
Yeah.
Love Actually. Let me tell you, okay.
Okay, just like this is Mrs. Drizzy's favorite movie. Okay. So just kidding.
So let's move on to. Yeah, All I Want for Christmas was part of that movie.
It was a big part of that movie.
And shout out Mrs. Drizzy, shout out Mr. Drizzy for bringing up this topic, which led me to almost end the fandom.
In the entire fandom.
Mrs. Drizzy. So I'm not a fan. I
Okay.
just don't like him. I understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
It's just not for you.
I'm not listening to it in the car.
Okay.
I'm not listening to any Christmas songs in the car. It's overplayed every year, forced to be happy kind of stuff.
Okay. I get it. I mean, I do sometimes listen to it in the car. I do have a mix that I have. But you're right. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to listen to it.
So you're telling me that you were in the mood at one point of the day to put a Christmas song on in the car?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. I have it's not a lot and it's all over the place, but I do have a list. So,
Really?
yes.
Well, then that's shout out to all you guys that are loving it. Shout out to Mariah Carey. Shout out to Mrs. Drizzy. Shout out to the little drummer boy. Parumpa pum pum. Okay? I'm not into it. All right?
Okay.
I am Frank Cross. From the movie Scrooge, sorry.
Okay.
Underrated movie.
Great
Scrooged.
movie.
Yes,
that
it's a
is a great
5 mic
movie.
movie.
That is a
Scrooged.
5 mic movie. Yes.
Yes. He
How
is
many
perfect.
times have you seen that movie, do you think? I think I can't even.
To me, that's the greatest Christmas movie.
That's your okay. Cause
That's my
is that your
all-time
Christmas
favorite
movie? Okay,
Christmas
okay.
movie. Like,
That
if they-
is.
My dream, if they ever were to reboot it,
Yeah.
God, well, I would like to audition to play Frank Cross.
Wow.
I would
You heard
love-
it
that would be
here,
my dream.
folks. You heard it here, folks.
Because it's the same way. I grew up on television. He grew up on television, watching television.
Yes.
And he's kind of, and plus, he was this asshole prick, and well, doesn't fall far from the tree. So there's that. And just it's Bill Murray at his best. He improv'd a lot of that shit.
Did he?
There was a lot of improv in there.
I didn't.
All his little quick one-liners, that's
Yeah.
all Bill Murray improv. He's perfect at doing that stuff. He did that at Ghostbusters, did Ghostbusters 2.
Did he do it for Groundhog Day too?
Yeah, you'll notice when he throws in little slide remarks.
Okay.
Like all that little stuff, like when he goes to the homeless shelter, Operation Reach Out. I mean,
That sounds like a current administration
right?
operation.
Isn't it? Why are you calling me Dick? Sorry, Mr. Byrne. I don't know if we know you well enough to call you Dick, but can you do some Shakespeare? I mean, that's one of the greatest scenes.
Yeah, it is.
I are fourth, I for score. Big I four. I think I have four. My more. I mean, shit,
Yeah, it's that. You're right.
right? And then the other one, he's coming out and he's like, Buddy Hackett they're doing the Scrooge live show, right?
Buddy Hackett.
Are you happy with the path you've chosen? Well, I am happy with the path I've chosen. Yeah, I'm crazy like a fox. That's right, I'm back.
It works.
All
Yeah,
right.
it does work.
Once again, welcome to the Squats and Deadlift Show. You learn about kettlebells yet?
Okay,
All right, what are we doing here?
so
What is this hoopla?
wanted to briefly talk about like pop culture that happened this past year.
Oh,
In the sense of, we're not going to do like some summary of everything that happened, but like talking about like music. Like, was there like anything in music that really like, got you going this year, since you are like the music man? Music man sounds
Music
like
Man,
it's an
that's a
old-timey.
old-time movie. Buddy Hackett's probably in that movie. Let's look up the cast of that one.
Yeah, with Jimmy Durante and everybody else.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go pop culture, and then we're
Just
gonna go music of
yeah,
the
like,
year.
was there something like an
Okay.
album you liked, or
There's only one moment that stuck with me for music in 2020.
Okay.
Okay, because the only thing in 2020 that matters is COVID
yeah,
and politics. Okay?
Yes.
Pop culture, nobody gives a shit. But there was something of music that was given a shit.
okay,
It was the versus battle between Teddy Riley. Yeah, exactly. Between Teddy Riley and Babyface. The greatest single event, I have to say, of 2020. Not the second one. I'm talking about the first time they did it, where he had the live band, he had a DJ.
just your baby
He
face
thought-
like Teddy,
Teddy, I can't hear you.
Teddy.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What? I can't. Can you hear me? I can hear you. You can't hear
Yeah,
me.
that whole back line.
Hello? I mean, that's all. It was hilarious. It was the greatest comedy ever. Babyface in his studio, and he's watching Babyface read the live chat comments of everybody. Like, there's a million people on this chat. Everybody's on there, from like Tyrese to like Bill Murray's on there probably, and they're all saying the same thing. Like R. Kelly, not R. Kelly. R. Kelly's probably on the chat.
He was in jail.
He's in jail watching this. He's laughing. He's saying, I can't hear you. So they're all watching what Teddy Riley's as a colossal fail, and they're all making these comments, and the comments were hilarious.
Yeah.
Everybody's chiming in on this. And then you have Babyface watching this from his studio. Just he knows what you're supposed to do. You're just playing your music. But no, Teddy Riley, he wants a concert. He wants to go to a stadium.
Like, who didn't tell him from Teddy's camp, like how this works?
Clearly no one did. Clearly a bunch of putzes work for him. And then he's having this whole thing with a bunch of people when we're not supposed to even have a bunch of people back in April with this whole thing of a COVID going on. You got everybody just hanging out. It's this big party. Can you hear me? Well, wait a minute. We can't hear you.
Teddy,
no, Teddy, we all can't hear you.
Teddy.
Babyface, can you hear me? I can't hear you. And then it was just incredible. It was incredible. That's the best music moment, hands down, of 2020.
It almost felt like Andy Kaufman-esque in the sense of we're just going to keep going as this joke progresses, and then people are going to think it's real, but then all of a sudden people are going to think it's fake, and then people are going to think it's real again.
Oh, it was real.
And it was real. All of it was real.
It was so real.
Talk about a treat. You're right. That was a treat.
I still rewatch it. It's on YouTube periodically, and
because everybody was talking about it.
And then you got people making fun of it. You've got all different like people impersonating it. And then it was just so great because the first song he plays was The Show, which I didn't even know Teddy Riley produced. The Show with Slick Rick. Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick song, The Show. So he produced it because that was the song he led off with. So he's playing that. He's got the DJ. He's got his hat. And he's doing his little thing. And he's doing his little dance numbers and doing the thing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're on IG Live just playing songs. That's all you gotta do.
On this little box.
On this little box. His phone is, who knows where the phone is.
That's the best part. It's all on the phone.
It's all on this phone. And we're coming off of, okay, I'll take it back. The one that was a most serious musical situation was DJ Premier against RZA.
Yeah, if we're saying like legit, like
as a
blow
fun
your
legit.
mind about two
The DJ Premier.
geniuses. Yes, that
so
one was...
The verses with DJ Premier and RZA, that one went on for like several hours, but they did what you're supposed to do, and you just play the song. And they're producers too, so, but that's a whole other thing. So they didn't need the artists or anything there, but it was just they play the song.
Yes.
And that was it. R. Kelly bringing out 30, 40 guys. I keep calling him R. Kelly.
Yeah, R. Kelly. Well,
R. Kelly's just on my mind. What did R. Kelly not do in 2020? So, music moment.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a very good one.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Which is not really a music moment, but...
Well, I mean, like...
It's a tie.
Yeah. But that whole series was actually really good, too, because they had the John Legend one with... That was them too, right? John Legend with Alicia Keys.
That's versus battle. Yeah, they had a Brandy against Monica.
Good. That's right, they had that one too.
They just had E40 Too Short just the past weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
So then they evolved it from IG Live to doing it in person.
Which
I would love to see the Babyface Teddy Riley in person one.
They have to do that.
Because then now Teddy Riley can just go off.
He can just be his crazy self.
And he did that spin. It was just great. And he just did the thing.
Yeah,
the dance moves.
It
was great. And he had the hat.
It felt very like off the wall Michael Jackson era.
Babyface like this.
His chair behind his deck.
Teddy, can you hear me? And then they go close to the phone. Teddy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It was just... If anybody out there hasn't seen that yet, you guys gotta watch it.
It's music and comedy. I mean, it's everything.
Watch it.
You gotta do it.
Watch it, Mrs. Drizzy.
I'm gonna watch it.
Get
again.
on it tonight.
I gotta watch it again. It's really good. That's a good one. So, that is a good one.
There you go.
What is Monica and Brandy?
Yeah.
Who did you prefer? I know Brandy's become weird lately, but at their height, who did you like more? R&B vocalist.
Brandy.
Brandy.
I gotta go Brandy. Her first album was fun.
That was a good album.
The song "Baby" from Brandy was, I think, her all-time best song.
Oh man, I played that song
video
nonstop.
Was great. Yeah. So.
And the remix was good.
The remix. You have I Want to Be Down.
I Want to Be Down was good.
That one had a remix with Queen Latifah and all the girls.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of that one. I was thinking of I Want to Be Down.
That one.
With
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
Well, they redid that.
Was it Queen Pen? No.
No, it was Queen Latifah. I think it was MC Light.
It was MC
all
Light.
the older
Yeah.
female rappers, but
That
they
was
did it
good.
like Flavor in Your Ear remix, where it was
Yes.
like a black and white video.
Yep.
And you have all the people show up. So Brandy, I gotta go. Monica had good hits too.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how Monica's not even 40 yet, and she started when she was like 13
She was
or
just
12. Like
a baby.
95 was her debut. 1995.
1995.
And she's not even 40 yet.
Oh my God. I didn't think about
So,
that, but yeah, you're right.
Put that in perspective. So she's
Oh my
been in the
gosh.
game for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that was a good one.
that was a good
I dug it.
Okay. What about like I just realized I didn't watch any movies in 2020. Like none. Did you watch anything?
Are you? No one did.
Okay.
As far as like a new movie,
Yeah. Or yeah.
or you didn't watch any movies whatsoever, old, new, nothing. You just turned the TV off and you just stared at the wall, and that was it.
Well, the wall staring is pretty good. I mean, I don't want to. You should
Well,
don't knock it till you try it.
Once again, like what you do in your personal time. But so were you watching a movie at all?
No, well, cause like I actually don't have a TV.
That's a big factor.
So, yeah, and I'm not saying that like you know how those assholes are like, I don't have a
I don't have a
TV.
television.
I don't watch TV. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying for whatever
Yes.
reason, when I moved, I was like, I'll get a TV, and I just never did. So,
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You have your phone.
and yeah, and
Just-
I have my laptop and stuff like that. But was there like,
Alright.
or it doesn't have to be like a new movie. Was
Okay.
there a movie that?
Well, I did watch a lot of movies
Okay.
throughout this past year, and a lot of them were old movies. A lot of them, I am a fan of the horror movies, so I just watch a lot of old horror movies. And if you go on the channel Shudder,
Yeah. Okay.
it's the streaming network.
Yeah.
They got them all. You can watch them on there. Amazon Prime, you got them all in there. Like all like 80s horror movies, early 90s horror movies. There's a ton of them, even some like late 70s.
Yeah.
So I just watched a lot of those. That's a whole episode in itself to discuss that.
right.
So I'll just let it be at that.
Okay. Okay.
As far as new stuff at the end of the year has been coming out. A lot of movies have come out this past November, December.
Yeah, that's right.
If you look at Amazon Prime, you see a lot of 2020 on the year. There's
That's
a lot
right.
of them. They're pumping them out.
Yeah.
A lot of zombie movies are pumping out. A lot of pandemic movies, of course, are being pumped out.
Yeah, I did notice that.
So they're
yeah.
they're back to filming again. So
Yeah.
movies are
Well,
in
Tom
essence,
Cruise
back.
is. He remember in his that viral clip that leaked. He's the one that's saving movies. That's why
He's
we
saving
can
the
film
movies,
movies.
right.
You know.
Tom yet again. So, you know, speaking of Tom Cruise, you know, he was in this movie, right? Like Last Samurai,
Yeah.
and I always think of that clip from Chappelle Show where they go, you know, where they talk to Paul Mooney, Ask a Black Man,
Yes.
and
The
they go,
genius Paul Mooney.
Tom Cruise is the last samurai, and then you got Brad Pitt as the Mexican. So then he's gonna make a movie. It's gonna be called The Last End on Earth, starring Tom Hanks. If you want to talk about stuff to watch,
Yeah. Yeah.
watch Paul Mooney Ask
Paul
a Black
Mooney
Man
is-
on Chappelle Show.
He is. That's the man right
But,
there. Yeah.
So a lot of those. Okay, so getting back to movies, a lot of horror movies came out that were recorded for 2020 that
Okay.
were filmed. So if you're into horror movies, if you're into zombie movies, there's a lot that came out. There's Train to Busan. If you heard of this movie, Train to Busan, it's a Korean zombie movie.
I've heard of it. I don't know the premise. I've heard talk
Oh.
of that one though.
Korean zombie movie.
Yeah.
Koreans are taking over. I mean, the Koreans are taking over.
Hey.
Sorry, Chinese. And the zombies are coming. You
Okay.
got the dad and the girl. They have to go jump on the bullet train to get out of there. And the
Okay,
bullet train
okay.
is going to Busan. And while they're on the bullet train, zombies come in there, and one girl gets infected, infect the other guy, infect the other guy,
Okay.
and then hilarity ensues. And it's a pretty heavy hitter movie. It's a serious movie. It's not a zombie comedy or anything like that. It's pretty heavy, and the Koreans, they did it right. So there's a sequel that was made in 2020, came
Yeah.
out in the theaters at Ward Theater.
Oh, they did.
It came out in the actual movie theater
Oh.
when the movie theaters were open in August.
Okay. Okay.
So it was actually in the theater. It came out in South Korea, and now it's on Amazon Prime. So
Oh,
it's the
okay,
sequel,
okay.
Train to Busan 2. I think it's called Peninsula. It's a offshoot of what happened after Train to Busan. It's not a direct sequel.
Okay.
Like you
Okay.
don't see what happens to the people from the first one.
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
one. So,
Okay.
yeah. So that came out. Besides that, that's it.
That's it.
Christopher Nolan's still like back and forth trying to release his movie or not really. Did he release Tenet?
Tenet. Because
Did it come out finally? Or no?
I thought he did. Well, he released it in theaters.
Yeah.
It was a failure, right?
Yeah.
Because Corona. But
Right.
then they were gonna release it streaming, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Why
I
don't
know
you
where
all
they-
you guys just release your movie streaming? Look at Mulan.
Yeah.
They released Mulan.
Yeah.
People buy it.
Mhm.
People are all complaining about $20 or whatnot. If you go to the movie theater, let me tell you something. You go to World Theater, you're gonna get those first week, second week. It's gonna be $20.
Easily.
You go to IMAX, you go Dolby
Oh,
Surround.
yeah.
It's $20.
Yeah. So if you're a family of 4, you're spending a lot
So
of
what
money.
the hell you complaining about?
Yeah.
You get to pay one $25 shot to get Mulan, and then you can have your under 5 people in your house
Yeah.
watch it.
Right.
What's the problem? All these people complaining about that. I never understood that.
Yeah, yeah. Unless it's like some huge tentpole movie where you kind of have to have the giant
But yeah,
explosions or whatever. Maybe, but yeah. Otherwise,
mean,
I don't
come
have
on.
to go see Terms of Endearment at a theater. You know, I can just watch it on my phone.
That would be something, huh? Well, that'd be a date night, huh?
IMAX.
Yeah, exactly. You want to go out with me? You want to see a movie? Terms of Endearment? What's next, Gandhi? What else are we gonna do?
And then Schindler's List right after.
Oh, what a threesome,
Romantic.
right?
Okay.
You know another movie that came out too that just dawned on me, the new Borat. That came out. I seen
did
that.
come. Okay, so did you like that? I didn't. I meant to see it, and I heard about it. Of
the
course,
sequel to
but,
Borat.
yeah.
I thought it was on par with what his first one was.
Yeah, yeah.
You would think that maybe the joke would have died out. Like
Yeah.
it'd be like an Anchorman 2. Like they
Right.
let the fire out of the lightning out of the ball, right?
Right.
But it was fine.
Okay. From
It's
what
amazing.
I heard, it was good.
It's amazing how he tricks these guys to be on this movie. Like I don't know how he gets like Giuliani to agree to this.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I would like to see that meeting. Like, how did they get him to
Yes.
sign off and be like, all right, let's do this interview with this woman in a bedroom?
Right.
How does he? Where's his staff? You're telling me his staff is just in there? I'm like, yeah, it's
Well,
good.
you
we're
know,
good.
they're all busy at Four Seasons Landscaping. You know,
I-
they're busy.
apparently.
So.
They were definitely landscaping that night. And then he
Yeah.
shows up at the Republican convention, right up to Pence.
Yes.
And like, how
He's
is
the
this?
vice president of the United States of America.
You have a guy with a camera crew.
Yeah. How did he get that close?
So he's amazing how he pulls that off. It's very impressive
It's-
how
It's
Baron
genius.
Cohen does that.
Yeah.
So it was good, and it was only like $5, and it made more money than Mulan.
Did it?
Oh yeah, at $5 a pop.
Oh boy. Okay.
So it just shows the demand, and plus he was pertinent because what was his topic? It was politics. It was the political scene of America.
Yeah.
Him flying to America, right?
Right,
And then
right.
filming all what's going on with COVID going on, because he was filming this during COVID.
That is right. Yeah.
So-
it's of the moment.
It was of the moment.
Yeah.
And then he cast the girl to play the daughter.
The daughter.
She did good.
She's like a star now. Yeah.
She played the role well.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's so interesting. Okay. Yeah.
So
that
that
is
was
on
a good
my-
movie.
to-
I have to say.
do want to watch that.
I mean, it's either you're gonna like it or you're not. I mean, people are gonna find it offensive. I get it.
Yeah.
He does really crazy offensive stuff. Like he does the thing with the doctor with the abortion and
right.
the
Right.
incest thing. I'm not giving away, but I get it. Well,
Yeah.
it was a movie that came out in 2020. I watched it.
True,
Uh,
true
yeah.
satire. Yeah. I mean, in the genre of satire.
Yeah.
Being what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Republican, of course you're gonna not dig it. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it, but we gotta laugh at ourselves and each other sooner or later. At some point,
Yeah.
it's all a joke. Just relax, everybody.
I mean, everybody's ridiculous at some level, right? I mean,
We all gotta laugh at
left,
each
right,
other.
up, down, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Another future episode would be interesting. It wouldn't be having to do with fitness. Is to discuss horror movies with a horror movie lover, because I don't like horror movies, and I'm very fascinated about people who do love horror movies, like
Really?
the psychology behind it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got
I
it.
have, my imagination is too strong. Like it's to the point where when I think it's The Ring. What is the one where you watch the tape and you
Oh, and then you get a phone call.
or whatever. So like my friend just told it. She was just telling me the premise, and I couldn't sleep for like 3 days.
Really?
Yeah. I moved. I moved
comfort
the
you.
TV
Here.
out of the room, and
That's
I
pretty
covered
nuts.
all the. I didn't even watch the movie.
Yeah, The Ring. I'm not even a fan of. I don't even like that movie.
Really?
I think it's the most boring as shit movie. Okay,
Okay.
I'll calm you down right here. I'm gonna make you feel okay
Okay.
about The Ring. Now you got the premise of you get this VHS tape.
Yes.
You watch this tape of just like a Marilyn Manson video outtakes. That's all it is. It's like he shot beautiful people and all
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
all
It's the B-reel of
the
beautiful
B-reel
people.
is, and it's put it on a VHS. All right, and that's gonna freak you out. So you're watching this bullshit, and then you get a phone call from somebody on the other side of the phone saying, "I'm going to kill you in 7 days." I want to hear that voice.
Okay.
Because we don't ever hear that voice. So somebody calls you up, and
you
so
never
in the
hear it.
movie, there's one where like the phone rings, but it goes to the answering machine.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, you get to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, you get to hear it. So
Okay,
that's the
okay.
premise there. So in 7 days, you're supposed to die.
Okay.
Just magically, you die.
Okay.
And then, or the girl's gonna come around the corner and be like, "Hey, I'm here. 7
Yeah.
days."
Hey.
So, but the entire movie is just this boring, long out. She's trying to solve the mystery. It becomes like a detective story because she's trying to find out the mystery of this girl.
What is this girl
Who's
about?
the girl? What is her deal? Does she like me? Does she not like me? No.
Okay.
So it's boring shit. And then the climax ending. I'm gonna spoil it right now because
Okay.
Summer, you're not watching it.
I'm never
and
watching
nobody
it.
out here is watching this. Mr. Truth is
20
not
years
watching.
old. Come on.
She goes, finds the girl's body in the well, takes the girl's body out of the well.
Okay.
Hey, all right, we got everything figured
Yay.
out. Yes.
Okay.
And then the boy who's been acting weird, because that's what you have to have in a horror movie. You have to have the little kid
A
acting
child
weird.
acting weird. True. Yeah.
So she tells the kid, "Yeah, I got the girl out. We're good." You know?
we're good.
And then the kid goes, "What? Why did you do that? What do you mean? We're not good. You shouldn't have done that." And he's like, "What?" And then, so then some other jerky, I don't even remember, there's some Yahoo that watches the tape because he's a panty, and he's watching this tape, and then he's watching the VHS thing go down, and then 7 days, he gets the 7 days call, and then he's at some warehouse or something. And he
Okay.
there's a TV and just happens to be there, and the
Okay.
TV turns on, and
no.
then the well comes out, and then you see the girl coming out of the climax scene as she's coming out of the TV.
Right. I've seen that clip.
So if you're seeing a woman coming out of the TV, what's the first thing you do?
You freak out.
Right. Well, what's the second thing you do?
You run.
Correct. Thank you. Rana is over there. He's just, and I'll do this for the visual people. He's just staring at her, and then he goes like this, like doing the whole like, I'm gonna go lean really
Like
back against this wall.
Matrix
Right.
action.
Or no, he's like bracing himself against the wall, like, because if I stay closer to this wall,
Then
she
you're
won't,
safe?
maybe she won't see me.
Yeah.
This idiot just doesn't move, and then of course Make. So that's the culmination of this movie, and then I'm watching this. I'm like, really? After I woke up from my nap of like the first 40 minutes being a bore fest, then I see this guy acting like some jackass, can't even run out of the place. You could just run out of there.
Yeah.
She'll catch you, but you could just run out of there, give her a fighting chance.
Yeah. You know.
The Ring. That's it. Sorry if you didn't see it, but I just saved you 90 minutes.
Yeah.
2
yeah.
hours, I think that movie was.
In that context, yeah, that there's a lot of
Does
head
that sound
scratching
scary?
in that one.
Yeah, does
You know,
that sound
like,
scary to
huh?
you?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
thing I find with these horror movies, is this, on the basis of them, a lot of them I just find fun.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. It's a lot of it is comedy. It's all syrup. It's not blood.
I get the comedy
know,
angle.
there's
I
a lot
do.
of comedy
I get the
angle.
comedy of it. Yeah.
But at this point, like Exorcist, okay, like
Right. That one.
people
I'm
freak
like,
out about that. At this point, it's a comedy. It's a comedy. It's if you watch The Exorcist, the first 30 minutes, you're gonna be like, what is this shit? And you're gonna be
Really?
bored.
Okay.
Because a lot of it takes, I don't want to review, I don't want to spoil another one. But it takes a while to pick itself up.
Oh, the pacing.
Once
and
it
everything?
picks itself up, then
Okay.
all right, we get it. But if you can handle the first 30 minutes of boredom,
Yeah.
all right, be ready, because there's going to be a lot of yelling.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But then at that point, I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving a different take on this. I don't get scared of these movies.
Okay. Okay.
The only movie that I got remotely freaked out was Blair Witch. Because it could happen. Because you could get lost in the forest.
I see.
And we
Okay.
didn't have GPS back then. You
Okay.
know? And then, well, even if you take a cell phone to the forest, you might not have the bars, right?
Right. So,
you
yeah,
can still
there's
get
that.
lost in the forest.
There's that premise of believability to it.
And then if you slip and fall, and then you're injured, then what are you gonna do? So
So-
that is scary.
It's a good mix of real and maybe not so real.
Right. So
And you're not sure.
Blair Witch portrayed that really well in the we're lost, we don't know what's happening to us, one of our people is missing.
with that supernatural twist.
What do we do? How do we get out of here?
Okay.
Right. And you never see anything. But you hear stuff. So plays with your senses.
Yeah, and your
so that kind of
imagination
stuff I
going.
find real ingenious, and that's people always, it's debated whether people like Blair Witch or not. I still think it's a genius movie that made a shitload of money for doing nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, with a budget of nothing.
Blair Witch budget is less than this budget right here.
Exactly.
So
yeah, they couldn't afford to fly to Havana. That's for sure.
No, not at all. So,
okay.
Hopefully that calms you down on the realm of horror.
Yeah, I'm still not going to ever watch horror movies,
Got
but
it.
I did have a kind of a thought about that. I was thinking about this where I know a lot of people see, like with horror movies, I on some level I get the concept of there's a little bit of an adrenaline issue to that too, where you like I want to just be excited maybe, but like if one thing I was realizing is if right now you don't feel so great, like personally, my suggestion is maybe look at the kind of content you're looking at in the sense of SVU, and intense, like this woman was assaulted and raped and we're trying to find the serial killer and
right.
Like that kind of stuff, like content wise,
right?
Because you're not it's getting in there, right? Like, what is the quote? Everyone's gonna roll their eyes at this nerd action, but like Nietzsche has that quote, like beware of looking into the belly of the beast looking into the darkness because the darkness looks back at you.
Got it.
Am I making any sense?
I'm trying to follow along.
Yeah, basically, just be aware of what you're like.
What are you watching could affect maybe your mindset.
Yeah.
Well, but doesn't everybody watch that SVU, CSI shit? Everybody wants to see crime dramas. Everybody wants to see Criminal Minds.
That's true. That's true.
Criminal. So I don't know. People dig it. People like to see things that are bad.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
People like detective stuff.
They do like detective stuff. I mean, there's so many cop shows and true crime-ish
people
stuff.
like that. People like to see crime. They just don't want it happening to them.
Yeah. And
it seems what it's.
I get it. I mean, but at the same time, I would just rather watch more Parks and Rec and comedies and stuff like that.
It's interesting to see like what a person variety of shows that a person watches.
Yeah.
If they're all comedy, or if they're all horror, or if they're all crime,
right,
or if they're all Hallmark Channel. It's a thing.
That is a thing.
That's a whole other hour.
But yes,
I'm just saying, television viewing could, in fact, help or hurt.
Yeah.
The mental mindset.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess so. Yeah.
But I did have a couple recommendations for like books, but they're not like
books.
Fictional. Yeah, and I brought them. I have props.
Oh, shout out people reading still. 2020. Flipping pages.
People still read.
People read?
I mean, like I do everything on my Kindle, but here's my suggestion.
I don't know the television.
This is. I know I'm such a.
I have it my Kindle.
God, I'm such a nerd.
Because
anyway,
how many people talk like this? Okay, what we got? What's this book?
So, this is. I'm just realizing, are they going to see the opposite image anyway? No, they're not. They're not.
No.
This is a book. It's called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman.
Go like that. Look at that. Yeah. Do that. Yeah.
Okay. So why this book? This is not like light reading or anything, but so Stoicism is this philosophy. It's a Greek and Roman philosophy, and it's seen a resurgence in the last, I would say, 5 years. This guy Ryan Holiday kind of brought it back, and there's like guys like Tim Ferriss, motorcycle going by in Havana, who made it kind of popular and accessible. Like Marcus Aurelius is this ancient Roman emperor. He's probably the most popular one. But anyway, the reason why I'm saying this book in particular, it's kind of like one of those daily readers that a lot of Christian people use, where you have like, I'm going to go to July 21st, and what does it say today in July 21st?
Okay.
And you read it. So like there's this little tag here so you can place it in the day. So anyway, what happens is there's a little quote from one of those ancient Stoic writers, and then these two authors will kind of put it into today's context. Why I like it, Stoicism, and why I'm bringing it up today is because it could be something, I found it very helpful, particularly for how crazy 2020 was. And let's be real here, it's going to be crazy in 2021 too. It's not like just because we got a new year, now everything's all better.
Right.
It's not going to get better until maybe the end of 2021, I think. So I've had this book now for like 5 years, and I read it every day. So something to explore if you want to, if you're looking for something that help you put things in proper perspective. I love it. You don't have to be like if you're a religious person, it's actually a nice compliment. It's a philosophy, it's not a religion. So
Interesting.
I think it's very versatile. So you can still use it if you're religious. If you're not, if you're an atheist, it works too. So that's the other thing. And then the second thing is, so this is a book called "This Is Just What It's Like Sometimes" by Nagar Fonuni, Negharfonooni.
Oh, there you go.
So she's a writer.
That sums up my day right there.
I know.
This
So
is just
it's
what
a bunch
like.
of short stories that she wrote after she had this really serious relationship implode, and so it's essays dealing with heartbreak and loss and finding yourself and all of that stuff. But you're probably wondering, well, why are you bringing that up? I found that a lot of this stuff is very helpful in weird times like this. As weird as that sounds. So, like, again, weird, crazy times, or maybe you're just feeling down. I found that these, just reading what, like kind of just paging through, and they're all like 2 pages. They're really short. And then just reading it and kind of reflecting on it in the day.
Okay, so these are all little short stories here, about 1 or 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a collection of short stories.
Is the name of this book, is this the original? It Is What It Is? Is that where they got it from? Because this is the original quote of what it is kind of sounds like. This is just what it's like sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like a longer version of It Is What It Is.
It is what it is. Yeah. So
there you go.
Right. So you can find her website is Salt and Sorcery. That's actually where I got this beanie. But saltandsorcery.com. She's also a meathead like me, so I like reading her stuff. And she's a woman of color, so always nice to support women of color if we can. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Wow. That got really informative finally for this show. This show was really going nowhere.
We have to give a little bit of
and
information.
That was very NPR right now.
I know it was really NPR.
Well,
we are the leftist socialist podcast.
A lot of things
today.
go to the left, but that's the first information that we've kind of distributed in this episode. So I'm grateful that you pulled that one out, because this was going nowhere. So thank you for that one.
Well, yeah, and like, what about? So speaking of the year, here's the question.
Okay.
Looking back on the entire year, is there anything that jumps out at you that you did learn, either about yourself, about human nature, about people, about...
Oh, well, yeah. Just doing the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this to people off camera all the time. I've said this to you. If I could just do an episode of just what I learned from March to now.
Yeah.
Just as far as the show is concerned. Having
how
to
it's
redirect,
evolved,
right? How it's evolved, how it's changed as far as the viewership, the followers, what have you, the demographics, the female increase, all that. I mean, I don't know how much time we got, because that's a long situation. Right? So how it switched to a political based show, how it got to be in that realm, because of the fact we can't talk about any of this pop culture stuff like this beginning the show. We can't talk about music and stuff unless there's COVID involved.
Yeah. Or
politics involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it led a lot to this moment. It led a lot to December. Here we are in December 2020. And I think the show is more successful now than it was last year.
Yeah.
And you can't really say that about a lot of stuff in 2020.
No.
So there is a lot of positive. So we started doing this show in 2020. This became a thing. And it became a thing where I wanted to ask you to be on to do the financial show.
Yes.
So if we look at the culmination of yourself and me, I was doing these IG lives, and I figured let's talk about finance during the Corona thing, because everybody's worried about their money,
right?
Unemployment, all that. So I tapped into you and said, "Yeah, come join me."
Exactly.
And then look at where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, and that flows into like positives, because that was the other question I was thinking was like, not a shitty things happened this year, but what were some of those positives? Because that was the thing that was interesting for me personally for this year, is when I think back and when I'm kind of reflecting on this year, it was the theme that I took away from that is in terms of positives was relationships. Starting this podcast and working with you on a much more regular basis was a big one, and I met some amazing people this year that like you couldn't say that last year, and then just realizing that there are those anchor relationships that you didn't think are that important, but because they're regular parts of your life. Like
Yeah.
for me, it really helped in the sense, like for instance, I couldn't see my classmates, but we still had to go to class via Zoom. So,
Right.
Shout out to Anna and Matt, but to see them on Zoom and like be chatting with them on WhatsApp while we're listening to Zoom was like
Right.
the highlight of the day of every week, because like I don't get to see these people.
You don't get to see these people, right?
But what like positives
Yeah.
like what do you think of that?
That's a big one. There's a lot of stuff that didn't happen if it wasn't for this, obviously.
Yeah.
But a lot of positive things that, like, if things were normal
Mm-hmm.
and there was nothing and nothing, would I tap into you to join me to do the financial show, which would lead to doing another financial show, which
Yeah.
led to you having the idea of wanting to do this fitness show? Would that have transpired or not? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Right.
either, but
So there's that positive. I didn't think I would be seeing you as much as I see you now because of, well, first, nobody sees anybody in person anymore, but to see you in person all the time,
or to discover how close we actually live this whole time.
we bought adjoining properties in Havana.
Yeah.
So that is
Ole.
a positive. Right.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's the relationships that were made through this whole virus lockdown thing that may not have happened if it wasn't for this virus lockdown thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have that. You have people. You have old and new relationships that have changed.
Yeah.
People that you know from the past may not be the same kind of people that is in the now. Maybe that you got separated out. Maybe you just grown apart. Maybe you just they didn't see things the same way as you did. Maybe
Right.
they're a for mask person or against mask person
Yeah.
or political person or whatever, and maybe ties were broken.
Yeah. A lot
Right.
of topics came to the surface this year.
Exactly. People really showed their true colors in a lot of ways
Mm-hmm.
in 2020.
For sure.
But with, on top of that, a lot of new people have been made, relationships be made. A lot of new friends, a lot of new acquaintances, a lot of new people met online.
Connections.
A
yeah.
lot of connections,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Would that have happened if this was the normal world?
Right.
We don't know.
Hard
I'm
to
gonna
say, but-
hard to say, but I don't know. Like
Yeah.
if you asked me in January, oh yeah, you're gonna be doing a telethon for laptops in August. I mean, what the
Right.
fuck are you talking about?
Or raising thousands of dollars for Thanksgiving turkeys.
I'm like, what?
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, no, thank you.
How or why or what? So there's that.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was gonna have this goatee for as long as I've had.
Hey.
So would this have been a thing if the world was normal? I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that came out. I mean, everything happens for reasons, and that's always tried and true no matter what.
Yeah.
And-
yeah.
There's a lot of positives that can be made with a negative situation, any negative situation.
Definitely.
And this is a culmination of one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I must say that is a very stoic way of looking at things is to embrace bad things and to try to kind of distill the good things in it. So
There's a lot of
Yeah.
things that have come out,
Yeah.
and they possibly would not have happened. It would be interesting to see the alternate universe if nothing happened.
yeah,
How
yeah.
would 2020 be with nothing happened? Would we still be sitting here
Wow.
together recording the show?
That's a
Would
good
I
point.
still have an interest in talking about politics? Would I still have this goatee?
That's the most important one of all.
Only-
Goatee or not.
I
What?
think about it. Okay, should I keep it or abort it? What should I do? You're a woman.
I am
Congrats.
most of the times. Well, you could shave it off as a 2021.
Oh, new me, who this?
Yeah, new me who it is.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
Well-
I'll tell you what. I'll tell the results of what people have told me after you
Okay.
tell me.
Okay. Well, because this is the thing is to me, facial hair makes guys look older. To me.
Yes.
So it just depends on do you want to look, like an established gentleman, or if you want to be a young buck. I think that's the thing.
Right. That is a good observation. That's a very good observation. Majority have said for me to keep it.
Okay.
So I don't know. But yes, they said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Facial hair makes you look older, distinguished. What do you want to do? Do you want to be that, or do you want to be? Because then if I shave this off, I'm going to look like a total young Asian.
Yeah.
Asian.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know.
The nice thing is you do have the option because that some guys have the unfortunate thing where they kind of have to have facial hair, to look, like that guy Dan Bilzerian,
Oh,
that jackass. Have you ever seen him without hair, without facial hair?
that's true, right? He's
He
always had.
looks ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah,
there you have
he
it.
needs the beard.
I don't want to be one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't
Is he
believe
still
I mentioned-
alive yet? Because he was big, and then he got in trouble for something.
Yeah, he's
And then
in a
what?
lot of trouble. Like his whole
What's he-
charade. It was all a facade anyway,
Oh,
and it's
right.
all crumbling anyway.
Was he an embezzler or something? The money
So
guy?
yeah, so I think he's accused of taking investor money
Yeah.
and using it to fund his lifestyle.
Oh, there you go. Another fire festival.
Basically, yeah. But it's he's like the joke of Instagram for 12-year-old boys love him because he's the guy that pays all of those models to hang out with.
Right,
him.
that was the shtick, right?
That was the shtick. Yeah.
And he had guns.
And he had guns, and he was supposedly like trained to be special forces, and he made all his money playing poker when really he didn't. His daddy gave him all his money. Yeah.
Got it.
And then I think even Joe Rogan got some flack because he didn't push back on him at all when he got interviewed. And
Got it.
don't even get me started on Joe Rogan. But anyway,
I never got into Joe Rogan.
really,
I've never watched one.
I was a hardcore fan 10 years ago. That's how I discovered one of my favorite podcasts, Your Mom's House podcast. It's two
Got it.
comedians, the husband and wife, Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky. Shout out any mommies out there. But anyway, Joe Rogan's podcast, it was okay at one point, and then he just started repeating himself, and I felt like I was talking to a bunch of stoners because he kept repeating himself about the topics about like keto and
Right,
fasting
he's all into all these things,
and
right? Mushroom coffee or some shit.
yeah, and like DMT, and it's like, okay, Joe, we get it. And then chemtrails and aliens. I'm like, all right, we get it.
See, it just doesn't interest me. I don't know. People always say like, oh yeah, he's the god of podcasting and all. So I'm like, okay, great. I just don't.
I mean,
I don't
kudos to
care.
him. He built something.
Yes,
that's
it's good
lucrative.
for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny. I just read recently that you know how women like Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop and how much of a joke and a bullshit artist she is.
Oh yeah, the rocks in her vagina. Gwyneth Paltrow.
So Joe Rogan is like that for dudes. So they're the same thing.
Got it.
And that's not a compliment.
Got it. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow, she's gotten crazy too, right?
We're just gonna listen to any famous white lady now. Is that how that works?
Well, doesn't she have like a show about like the vagina anyway? Like, besides putting rocks up her vagina,
like
she has
a
about,
show just about vagina.
I think she has some kind of sex show or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Women empowering and sex and rocks in your vagina.
Oh,
You know about
man.
the rocks in the vagina?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It
Isn't
was
that
like this
a
special,
hoot?
expensive rock, like
Yeah.
mined in a. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we're ending the show. We're gonna talk about rocks in the vagina.
Scene.
Might as well. I really don't know what was going on with this show.
Yeah, this
This
was
was
more
a
of this was more of a freeform thing because, like, it's the end of the year.
Yeah,
And
what are we gonna talk about, right?
Yeah.
It's fitness related.
I know.
It's the end of the year. Reflect. It's a time to reflect,
It's a time to
everyone.
reflect,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No special topics on the description. It'll say year-end show anyway.
Yeah.
But no year is complete. If we
If
go back to the very first episode of this show, which was like, I don't know, last week. Shout out to Cereal School. This bag is still here. This bag has remained through COVID, lockdowns,
when the vaccines get here for everybody.
the vaccines showing up, when rocks coming out of your vagina, rocks coming out of my vagina. Cereal School is here. Are not sponsored. Go figure.
They're here for us.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
that it?
Yeah. So we forgot to say this the last couple times, but
Oh,
if you do like
yeah.
this show, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'm sure if you watch any kind of YouTube content, you hear people say that, but it actually does really help in terms of growing the show. So
always keep
like
forgetting that,
and
yes.
subscribe to YouTube, and then if you are fans of the audio only, go on iTunes and rate and review. So 5 stars and review. Let's see, what should they put in the review? Let's do a quote from Scrooge. What's a
Oh,
quote
from-
that they
quote from
should put?
Scrooge?
Scrooge. 5 stars
Oh, gosh.
with this quote.
I am happy with the path I've chosen.
Okay, gang, that's what you put. 5 stars. with
Mrs.
that quote.
Drizzy.
Well, she already
She already did one.
when I did mine. Maybe we'll have Mr. Drizzy. We'll have
Mr.
Mr. Drizzy do
Drizzy,
it.
just right. I'm happy with the path Yes, I am happy with the path I've
Yes, I
chosen.
am happy with the path.
And you have
I've
to
chosen.
exclamation point it at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
To get the whole feel of it.
To really.
And then,
Yeah.
so please write us a review, like us on Facebook, subscribe to the channel. I just had to do the British guy because that's what they all sound like on YouTube.
They do.
So,
yeah, and it was very peppy and
right.
scholarly. Yeah.
Hello guys, I'm going to show you how to edit on Adobe Photoshop. It's going to take just a few minutes.
All right.
You just cut and paste, and I hope you have. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm done.
That's pretty good.
I'm
That's
done.
pretty good. Okay, and then like what's coming up for the main channel?
Well, Sleep Time's Over
For
show.
the main show.
Instagram Live.
Oh, yes.
Is the thing. I'm really over that shit, but that's
Miglaga.
all I got. Yeah. Make IG Live great again. We're trying because December 30th, before this show's going to come out Friday, I assume.
Friday.
No pressure, Summer. December 30th will be the year-end show, so we're going to talk about this shit all over again. I mean, not. I don't know. I have something surprise in store for that one. But Ashley Nagaoka from Hoy News Now will be joining me to go over the year that was 2020. And as I messaged her, as I slid into her DMs before sending me a pic of my balls, I said to Ashley, "Hey, you want to do the show with me on a Best of 2020 show?" And she's like, "Oh, what a shit show." So that was her response. So if that gives you any indication of what's going to happen December 30th.
Very concise.
That's it.
To the point.
Yeah, so I'm going to come up with some awards, and
Okay.
then her and I give us their picks of best stuff. Maybe like 5
Oh, fun.
things
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay.
And as always, whenever she's on, I'll get her to speak pigeon. So she'll do that. And I have
Yeah.
a special surprise regarding pigeon and females that's coming up.
Okay. All right,
I don't know
all
if
right,
I
all
even
right.
told you this.
No,
Yeah, I didn't tell you this.
but I've been
Oh.
seeing the polls
Okay, so
on Instagram.
if people watch what's called the IG story,
Sleep Time's Over show.
there is a poll right now, which will be off because when you put this up, it'll be
24
Friday and
hours,
24 hours.
yeah.
I may have to put up again.
Okay.
Best female pigeon phrases.
They were pretty good.
So
They're pretty good.
it's leading to something. There's something leading up to that.
Okay. There were
Which
some good
I'll-
ones. There were some
I'll have to
bangers
tell
on
you. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have to tell you off camera here.
it. Okay.
And
BTS.
right, that's coming up, and then after that, it's just Happy New Year. That's really it. And same shit, different day.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changing in 2021,
No.
guys. So
Yeah. I mean, it feels like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but that tunnel's really far away.
it's
so
it's
just
a ways. It's a ways.
hang in there, if
And
anything.
then, well, shout out to the Rick Blangiardi interview as well. That was this past
yeah.
Monday. So speaking of promising, he had a very promising outlook on what's going to happen once he takes office.
Yeah.
So check
Yeah.
that out.
That was good.
And we got the website, sleeptimesover.com. We've got the Bombay You Learn hat. That's
right.
out.
That's right.
Black and in camo.
I got the camel one.
There you go. Very best side. The only
That's
side.
right. That's right.
And that's, we just keep on moving into January. That's really where we're at.
Okay. Awesome. So you can reach me on Instagram at Swayze808. And I think that's it. So, folks,
Yeah.
thank
There
you.
you
Happy
go.
holidays, and we will see you in the new year.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yes, happy holidays, and wash your damn hands. Bye.